meteorologist Scott Dorval with the On Your Side forecast.
All right, let's take a look at this, folks. Tamarack Resort is now open officially today, opening, and they will be open 7 days a week from now on. Now, just the upper mountain has been open. The Tamarack drone getting some beautiful footage there. A little sundog to the right. We can talk about that another time. Look at the beautiful snow here. Look at those turns. First turns coming in right there. There's Roland Barris right there getting out early today. He wishes. Look at that blue skies. You talk about a bluebird day. Powder indeed. And they've got a decent amount of powder from mid-mountain up. Now remember, Tamarack Resort goes down an extra 1,000 feet below Brundage Resort, for instance. And so it's difficult to have snow down the bottom. And all skiers have been struggling with snow since the inversion started. But again, nice opening for Tamarack Resort. Again, they'll be open 7 days a week. We'll have my complete ski report coming up, and Bogus Basin opening parts of the mountain or some terrain, and the same thing at Brundage Resort. There's the inversion of the valley. Look at the cloud cover here. That was around earlier today. So if you want to go this weekend, ski resorts getting ready, at least some snow out there. Could there be more? Let's take a look at what's happening right now. First of all, it is cloudy. Of course, it's gotten dark, so we can't see that cloud cover, but the view from Bogus Basin, how about this? That's the inversion layer right here. An inversion is a temperature inversion. It's not the cloud cover. When you have a warm layer over above the cold layer, that air that's warmer is rising, and it can't get above that warm layer because it's not warmer than the air around it anymore. So it comes up and it bumps into it and stops. And that is it. Unless you can stir this pot, you really just have this. All the moisture getting trapped. You get the snow melting in the higher elevations. It drains down. That cool moisture drains into the valley. It adds moisture to the valley. This layer of warm air gets lower and lower. It traps the pollutants and the moisture. Bottom line is it's beautiful in the mountains, and there's lots of low clouds, gray, cold conditions in the valley. Now, it may start to warm up in the mountains as we go towards the end of the middle part of next week. But in the meantime, low temperatures have been real cold around the region. Visibilities right now, these are going to go down again later tonight. There may be some patchy fog forming in parts of Canyon County, but right now visibility in Ontario down to 7 miles, 2 miles in Haley, where in the Wood River Valley we've been getting that fog. And speaking of fog, the McCall area, you see the low clouds and fog, 6 degrees this morning, and then all of a sudden, bang, the sun comes out. Beautiful, just incredible in the higher elevations. If you get sick of this inversion as we go through the weekend and into next week, you can get above that inversion layer and see very calm conditions. I mean flat, calm Payette Lake right here, soon to be frozen. Let's look at that extended forecast now, and you'll see we've got sunshine after morning fog. Temperatures could warm in the afternoon to 35 to 40, and our next threat for a storm could come in as early as Friday. If it's not Friday, over Saturday and Sunday, a couple of computer forecast models are beginning to come in line with the potential for some snow coming in. In the meantime, high pressure blocking the storms, moisture not coming in from the west or the northwest. It's actually shooting right up and over us into Canada. The energy then goes down to the south, picks up Gulf moisture, Gulf of Mexico moisture, bringing snow to Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Atlanta, Georgia getting snow now, western North Carolina, and a pretty big storm system will go up the coast here as well. In fact, you can see some of these snow accumulation forecast charts here, and look at the amount of snow, a little over 2 inches in Charlotte. D.C. could get close to 4 inches, a half a foot of snow in New York City, and maybe 5 or 6 inches of snow close to that in the Boston area as well. What about the Northwest? 2 computer forecast charts to look at. The global forecast system, this is what the chart shows. Nothing in the valley, but next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, the chance for some snow, maybe 3 to 6 inches of snow in the mountains. Another computer chart's a little bit more zealous with the snow, and it shows it in the valley. We'll have to see if this happens here, but there's a possibility we may get our first snow dusting the ground next weekend. Stay tuned. In the meantime, we've got 1 week of an inversion coming in. My exclusive true view of tomorrow's weather today, a lot like today, low temperatures in the teens, but what can vary is where the low clouds and fog form. We may have low clouds for the entire valley again tomorrow, keeping it very dark and gloomy, but the dense fog and the chances of icy spots in the roadways could favor some of the lower valleys. That's the western lower valley. Mid-30s as we head up to the central mountains. Even in Riggins, we could stay as cold as 35 down in that valley. 30 in Stanley. Sun Valley at 39 tomorrow. Remember, dense morning fog in many locations, and then in the afternoon we can break into plenty of sunshine in the mountains, but in the valley lots of low clouds. And finally, a 30% chance of precipitation next Friday, and with temperatures cold enough, we may end up getting a little bit of snow. But we've got a week-long inversion ahead, but it's always nice to at least be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. The literal light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, right.
Snow will look brighter than this gray sky.
I know. It'd be nice to have a white Christmas again. Boy, what a difference from last year. I tell you, this time.
Totally flip-flop. The East Coast could get 5, 6, 7 instances of storms going up the coast. We're going to be, we always hear about the East Coast this, East Coast that.
Yeah, and they're always complaining.
Well, yeah, they complain all the time. We're going to hear a lot about it this week, about the snow.
I bet we will. All right. Okay. Thanks a lot, Scott. Well, having a child in the hospital during the holidays